Welcome to the Mizell Show.
An inspiration for a new generation.
Hi, I'm Alana Mizell, a loving mother of two, a devoted wife to Steven, and an entrepreneur helping women realize their dreams and potential.
And I'm Steven Mizell, caring father of two, a devoted husband to Alana, and a driving force to help young men prepare for life after college football.
And if that wasn't enough, we're a biracial couple.
She was raised in the North, but I was raised in the South.
The only thing normal about our lives, who am I kidding? It's never normal around here. Join us for the Mizell Show.
Right now.
Hello. So we have a golden doodle who is a large golden doodle. We thought she was going to be 40, 50 pounds like her mom. She's 95 pounds. And right now, the shades on the
down.
front, but they're cracked a solid 3 inches. And her little head is just resting on the windowsill.
Trying to see outside.
Trying to see what's going on.
But
see. If the window was open, her whole head would be out there.
Whole head would be out there.
And she would bark at every person going by like they were going to infiltrate this house with her tail wagging like, you coming to pet me.
Please don't pet me.
But
that's her biggest thing is petting.
Bark sounds so loud because she's a big dog.
She's a big dog. And that growl, that voice.
Which is not what we're talking about today.
No.
But it just felt like something that I needed to say right that second.
And it was something that our people needed to hear.
Because you give it a fluffy ears. And she's also going to be a very scary spider for Halloween.
She's a spider for Halloween.
Scary spider. She loves her costumes.
She loves her costumes.
She'll bring them to me for me to put her on.
She dresses up very well. Yes.
She loves them.
That she
Okay,
does.
but now that we are done talking about my dog, which I could do an entire episode on my dog.
You could, couldn't you?
Did you just find chocolate on our table?
There's chocolate on our table.
Which is against the rules because this is a new...
tablecloth.
You can't get up. You have to lick it off your fingers.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you do.
It's not a good chocolate.
I was like, I hope it's chocolate.
Well, what else would it be on our table?
A peppercorn?
Could have been a peppercorn.
Could have been a peppercorn.
Yes. So
Obviously.
On the Mizell Show, when we kick things off,
The Mizell Show.
we like to talk all things.
Is that what it sounds
What
like?
are we doing?
The Mizell Show.
What are we watching? What are we listening to?
Ew.
So we are in the midst of flag football season. So our kids both play flag football, love it, enjoy it. They have fun, but all that to say, they love
better be having fun with how many hours we spend out there.
A lot of hours out there.
Wow.
But what we're listening to right now is all things them in terms of hype music.
All things pump up.
All pump up for
is
flag
what it
football.
Seems like. Yeah.
So they love some Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug edited version. Edited. Holy Ground. Love that
with Jesse
song.
Murphy. A little bit of Magic, the song with Luke Combs. They love that one.
Yes.
And a little throwback, Adele and Briggs. Sharks is from Lil Wayne's recent album.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But it has Jelly Roll in it.
Switched artists. They do love Lil Wayne.
They love Lil Wayne. And the other song they really love is that Annihilate song.
Annihilate by Lil Wayne. Edited version.
All things are edited.
Don't worry about it. The other day we were driving to Adele's game and she requested Annihilate. And I was like, oh, okay, we going there. Not only that, but it started playing and she knew every word. And I was like,
she's crushing it. They love their pump up music.
Do I get proud about this? Like, what do I do with this?
I think it's a proud moment.
Every word, y'all.
Every word. They
rapping
jam.
like she Lil Wayne.
Rapping like she's ready to go pull some flags and score some touchdowns. Snatching flags.
And the majority of the time, she's one of two girls that are playing. Mm-hmm. The other girl also being on our team.
Yes. We haven't, in the 4 years that she's played, I think the school is just on offer to them. But
for sure.
I think 4 years that we've played, we've never played against a girl.
Yes, we have.
No, we have not.
The Chargers had a girl last year.
Chargers had a girl last year, right? Yeah.
Okay, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
The Chargers had a girl.
They had a girl.
I know everybody's concerned that the Chargers didn't have a girl.
The Chargers had a girl. But yeah, so we've been doing all things flag football.
But so we are hoping next year to have an all girls
league
started. That is the
goal. Yes, to have all girls.
Because we have free time to do that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Watching on TV is all things college football. And football and other shows.
All things college football.
The show we're watching.
You guys, the 2 days that there isn't college football, Tuesday and Wednesday. Every Tuesday and Wednesday night, Adele goes, what games are on? And we're like, Adele.
No games on Tuesday.
It's the only two
games.
days of the week.
Yeah.
And every single Tuesday, Wednesday, she asks. It's like when you want to go to Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
It's not there.
It's the only day that you're craving it. And the Sunday, you can't go get it.
Go get it. And so we've been watching college football.
Yes.
Briggs loves the commercials.
That's his favorite thing.
Favorite thing. Like, loves some Arby's, loves some Zaxby's.
Like Popeyes.
And Subway.
Oh my gosh, when there's a deal, he'll say, so Briggs is 6 for those that don't kind of know the ins and outs of the Mizell squad over here. Adele is 9. So Briggs just really loves food. 1. 2, loves the commercials. And 3, loves a deal.
He loves a deal.
You can get all that for $5?
Yes.
I've got $5 from the Tooth Fairy.
A lot of times we will say, hey guys, we're going to go to bed at halftime. But he's like, I got to watch the Adele wants to see the highlights.
Right.
Briggs wants to see the halftime commercials.
The highlights of the game she just watched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the highlights of the day.
That's true. That's true. The rest of the games.
So
it's hysterical.
Hysterical. The kids.
And he even got Popeye's dip sauce at Kroger. That's the only thing he asked for.
Yes.
Was some Popeye's dip sauce.
Dip sauce.
And we're just not fast food people. Like, we'll do Chick-fil-A. That's about it. Really, we're not out to eat people because everything's too expensive.
A lot of things are expensive. And
I get really mad.
If you spend money, it's not
If I spend money and it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
If I wanted to eat subpar food, I would have gone to my house.
Yeah, that's true.
And thrown something together from the fridge.
Yeah. But the convenience, but yes, we don't eat out much. But Briggs he's been introduced to a lot of places he hasn't eaten before.
Right.
Because of these lovely commercials.
That he never looked at when we were driving by.
Oh, no.
Never cared. I'm so excited for the Super Bowl just so he can see commercials.
Some new commercials.
He's going to lose his mind.
Yes.
He's it's a whole new world.
And that's the one thing that we had, growing up, when we watched, back in my day, cable television, it was a rotation of commercials. But when you stream, these people have bought into your streaming services. So it's the same 12 commercials on rotation, the whole game.
Not just the whole game. It's
almost the whole Saturday.
Every single day, it's the same one.
Same ones. And so,
Peacock's has the same ones going.
Yeah, Peacock's, ESPN, all the streaming things.
Right.
But outside of football, we are watching Young Sheldon. Young Sheldon is
so
our jam.
Good.
So funny.
So good.
It's an acquired taste for some
Meemaw.
people. Meemaw's hilarious.
I don't understand how it's acquired. It's hysterical.
People don't like Sheldon, how rude he is, but he's special. Sheldon is special.
The whole point is to understand that people that are special and super, super smart sometimes don't know the behavioral instincts to not be rude.
That's true.
Because they don't realize that they are rude.
Yeah, they're just saying
that's the whole
they're
point.
articulating what they're thinking. Yeah,
right.
It's true.
It's the whole premise of the story.
And then lastly, what Alana and I are watching without the kids, we have restarted Scandal.
Restarting,
restarting.
And if
rewatching,
y'all want to be depressed
it was
about
a mistake.
our current governmental landscape, go ahead and watch it because, see, what had happened is that Shonda Rhimes foretold large portions of what is about to happen.
I don't understand how
she is the farmer's almanac.
I don't get it.
Of
they
government.
said jokes about certain people
that
and you're
that are orange.
They said jokes about certain people during the show. You're and so those years back, you're like, that's funny. That's never happening. And then they had
it was literally 2015.
And then they had
they made a joke about Donald Trump becoming president.
Yes. And
that was before he ever announced.
Ever announced, we thought about it.
And it was season 1.
Yes.
Of Scandal.
Yes.
And I paused it, rewound it, and sent it to people. I was like, this is a joke, right?
Yeah.
And then there are some other things.
I think the Simpsons and Shauna just hang out.
Well, then
the
you also know what after he had announced later on into seasons, there's a character that is similar to him. Yeah. Anyway. And then there's also one that's similar to Hillary. And she definitely plays that game. Mm-hmm. But also, in Shonda's mind, she's like, there's no way that the United States is going to let this man win. And there's not enough seasons to have him get elected twice. So we didn't know what her game plan was. But Shonda, generally speaking, does go for the current political pop culture jugular. Yeah. During Grey's Anatomy, she went in on COVID. She went in on racial issues and went through Black Lives Matter. They talked about George Floyd, like all of those things. She goes in on it.
Sure.
So, I would think that there would be a No Kings
episode
something if Shonda was still happening.
Yeah, could be.
No, well, if Scandal was still happening, Shonda's still happening. But
yeah. So all that to say,
it's mind blowing.
Lastly, we say this last because usually takes up almost the majority of the show. What is Alana reading?
So I've been digging into a ton of rom-coms. Obvious.
Yes.
We all know I love a rom-com.
Love a rom-com. You also love a detachment the rom-com can bring you.
Correct. So we just talked about the current trauma that our world is giving us.
Yeah.
And so my Goodreads is not working, which is not helpful. But so I do love a good rom-com. I will say, I don't think I mentioned the last podcast, but there's a book by Dr. Stacey Sims that I really liked. It's on women's physiology, so not rom-com. It's on women's physiology. She specifically studies the difference between women's bodies and men's bodies and how her slogan, trademark, whatever, is women are not small men. So we need to stop training and fueling our bodies like we are. So very interesting book. She has a second one that I have not finished. But it is very interesting. Yeah. Other than that, rom-com wise, I read the new Tessa Bailey book in, I think, a day. And then also Allie, what's her last name?
Hazelwood?
I think that's right. Allie Hazelwood, I have read 4 or 5 of her books recently. I'm on her most recent one right now.
Yes.
And it's, if you don't like smutty, so Tessa is like PG smutty. Allie.
PG-13?
Allie.
Yeah.
One of her books called Deep End.
Yeah.
Is beyond PG-13.
Oh, beyond PG-13.
It's like.
So MA, mature audiences only?
Yes. Yes.
Well, yeah.
But also kind of like. I also feel like everybody should read those. But I think
one thing about these books is that one thing that you've shared with me, I think it's the changing the narrative of having a conversation, and it doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean like it's an ill or an ick. It's just like it's okay to talk about it and actually
talk about
read
what?
It. Talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things.
Okay. Here's Alana's
anyway.
break. But yeah, I think
yes, I think that we put such a stigmatism on what God sanctified for marriage that people just don't want to talk about it. And I also think, and people get embarrassed about it, which is whatever. But every living thing procreates.
Yeah.
Enough said. Whether it's like algae.
As you're watching Scandal again.
Right. It ain't wrong. Well, but it's true.
It's
and
true,
so
yeah.
you can go on Animal Planet or go to the zoo in the springtime and everybody's trying to have a baby.
It's that time of year.
It is that time. They ready.
Yeah.
They're hanging out.
But see, those.
But.
They're hanging out.
They're hanging out.
Okay, yes.
You know what I'm saying? But on top of that, I think that when, as a society, we don't talk in a comfortable manner, like eventually we will speak to our kids about it and have it not be faux pas. But I think the more faux pas you make it, the more likely your kids are to flip the switch.
I think the real thing is that's the less you communicate it or you make it, like you said, faux pas, the more likely they're going to learn it from somebody else or something else.
Right. And you don't know what they're going to learn.
Exactly.
I would rather teach you like the scientific evidence
or how
of
you want to say it.
Or what the Bible says about it. Like both and. Like here's how it goes. Here's what it does. Here's how it should be. Here's how you protect yourself, Adele. Briggs, this is how you treat somebody, etc. Right.
Yeah,
and protect himself. But, those kinds of things. And it's not all about you the whole time. Like those kinds of things are really important in an actual relationship and how that's not the only part of a relationship as well.
Yeah.
And it's like Bridgerton vibes sometimes. Like the girls don't even know what's going on or what they learned was from health class and they actually don't know any of their organs, but they know every single organ in a male's body.
Yeah.
So I digress. That was a lot. But Adele is 9, is well aware of what happens because we mentioned Animal Planet.
But also, she has, from the jump, always leaned towards veterinary science. What was it? 6 years old. She had a 5 years old.
She was 6.
6 had a veterinary.
But she's been saying she wants to be a vet since she was 4 years old.
Yes.
So she's seen it.
The science.
And
of
then
it. Yeah.
eventually she goes, those are mammals. We're mammals. She pieced it together. And then she will ask me questions sort of now, but like we're not going into grave detail. But we do have we have a really good friend who is a pediatric doctor, but also does child abuse cases and like teaches kids about private parts. Like how do you talk about them? Those kinds of things. One of the biggest guide points that she gave us is call it what it is.
Yeah.
Because when you start to make up sayings for body parts, that's when kids get awkward.
Yeah.
So we call it like it is.
They call it what it is.
That's right.
And so all that to say,
Off topic right there.
we
I don't even know where that came from. Oh, my smutty books.
your smutty books. It just went.
But like that's these books that Tessa Bailey and Allie are writing. Yes, they are smutty. Don't get me wrong. But in every
What is smutty?
smutty is like sexual content.
Okay, so they call it smutty. So they don't say sexual content. They say smutty.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's book talk for you.
Book talk. Okay.
Anyway, they give tons of detail. Allie does more than Tessa. But what is very important in every single one of them is that women are not being marginalized in any of them. Every one of them, the female has a voice, the male has a voice, there's communication, there's vulnerability happening.
And a lot of times there's a love story involved.
Well, there's always a love story, but they don't just come out the gate
Yeah, exactly.
like that. There is communication happening, and it's almost like if some of these younger, air quotes, younger girls could read these books, although there's Hollywoodized components that they visually see on TV shows, if they read these books and they would understand that having a communication and being vulnerable about this, that, or the other thing, what you're wanting is so important.
Yeah.
Whereas Hollywood's just like drop your clothes all up in each other's business.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, theoretically, it feels good according to Kerry Washington. And you don't see anything. Like, you don't see the communication that needs to happen. You don't see their vulnerability. So I think it gives this misnomer that they're going to go into a marriage and it's going to be like, oh, no big deal because we're supposed to do this. We're designed to do this. But that's not the case.
Yeah.
So these books that Tessa and Allie are writing, and even Colleen Hoover to some respect, add in this level of complexity of human beings that we have not seen before on movies or TV shows.
So we are now here now, and we are
now
leaning
here now?
towards another topic, but like we're here now. So
we're here.
I'm gonna park the truck here. We're gonna talk.
We actually had planned a totally different topic.
But hey, we're here now. Like the books and the conversations.
Yeah.
So when did the female lose the voice, or is the voice still there, or has it been marginalized so much? In
Okay.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna go into grave detail about the sexual encounters, but just the relationship piece. And all of that.
So women are just now getting their voice. So women did not get the right to get a mortgage by themselves until 50 years ago.
Okay.
50 years ago.
Yep. Yeah. Very true.
You're 41. 9 years before you were born
Yep.
was when your mom could get a mortgage by herself. She didn't because she's been married the whole time.
Yeah.
But think about any single female who has been silenced by a male figure, whether it be their father, their uncle, a male figure, could not.
Go on their own.
They could. We know plenty of women that were female doctors
Yeah.
over 50 years ago. They could not get a mortgage by themselves, although they could afford it. 50 years ago. Let that settle in.
I wonder when. Let's look this up. If a mortgage was there, like when could a woman like get an apartment by herself? It's probably like right around the same time.
It's right. It has to do with like signing of a contract.
Okay.
Women were not valued well enough
To sign a contract.
to sign a contract and say you are good for this money. So saying when did women lose a voice? Well, women have never gotten it.
Okay.
I mean, go all the way back
Yeah.
societally. You have Christianity and Roman Catholic Church where males have always dominated the top of religion. you talk about kings and queens. Yes, there have been queens, but more times than not, when queens have been in rule, there's a parliament comparative to them.
Yeah.
And they're also expected to have a husband.
Yes.
That how many of those husbands were actually running the country? We know Queen Elizabeth was not. It wasn't him necessarily. They did it together through documents and things like that. But even then, when you come over, when the United States was founded, it was founded by a bunch of men in a society where they may have gotten to know the woman, but probably not. And they go ahead and ask for a woman's hand in marriage. And there's usually a dowry coming from the women's side. So you've got to think about that. Like, women do not have a voice. They are just now finding it.
Yeah.
And even then, at the same time that the more women find their voice, the more specific people will try to take it away.
And also, it terrifies people. I think, speaking of that, this past summer, just go to something that's like sports related. Dawn Staley, the head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks, like they've won tremendous amounts of game, awesome, whatever you want to call it. She is mostly known as single. She's just Dawn Staley. She's a basketball coach. Well, the New York Knicks had an opening for a job. And the story came out that she actually interviewed for, was a top 3 candidate.
Of course she was.
And she came out and said, I didn't lose the job till I asked those men in the room, do you know what's going to happen when you guys hire me as the first female coach in the NBA?
Right.
And
Like, are you ready for that?
Yeah, exactly. And she said, that's when I lost the job. She said, when I brought that question up,
They hadn't thought about it.
They hadn't thought about it. And they were like,
they hadn't thought about the potential ramifications. And, sticking with sports, go back to when black people were allowed to play in the NBA. Who was the first team to do it? I'm going to go ahead and gloat on this. The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics. But the Boston Celtics, from top down, were ready to handle that. Had walked out of hotels where they were marginalizing their black players.
Yeah.
But what the New York Knicks just said is, I'm not ready to walk out of a hotel and have my team leave because the world's not ready for a female head coach. And people think that the world was ready for Kamala Harris to be the president. No.
I mean, that's now twice with Hillary and Kamala. No, definitely.
And I even think, as much as I love Oprah and Michelle Obama, I still believe that they would not put them on the front of a ticket from a political standpoint. Now, why is it like that here in the United States? But when you look at New Zealand, they've had a female. You look at so many other countries, and there's been a female at the top of their government.
Yeah.
But we can't even trust a female to be a coach. They're not even an owner. They're not a GM.
She's a coach.
She's a coach. Amongst how many other?
And she has an assistant and all the things too, but she's still not ready for the coach. Yeah,
and
you're right.
How many scandals have there been where there's a female in a coaching or leadership position who does something wrong with a male?
I mean, I would say that there's probably a decent amount, but the trajectory of the other side is
of women scandalizing,
men scandalizing,
and paying for prostitutes.
All the
women
things.
Paying for male prostitutions, and it being a headline.
Yeah, but it's definitely.
I can't think of one.
Of one female.
One female.
I mean, you would have to Google it. I mean, like.
Of course I would. I said I can't think of one. But I can think of about 10 to 15
you get to 10
of
to 15
males that
male
have
coaches, male CEOs, male something. Yes, that is
right.
That's valid, and they just keep getting more chances.
Right.
Yeah.
One went to Liberty University still, and is now coaching
Auburn University.
Auburn.
Yeah. 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 I mean,
and that's your personal business.
Yeah.
That is what it is. But you asked me, when did women start to lose their voice? And I would say women have never gotten their voice.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if you have a male in a work environment, you have males who are saying what they want, what they think the strategy should be, where the company should go, what do people think of them?
Depends on the tone they're saying.
Okay.
They're leaders.
They're leaders. They're going places. They have a long runway.
Yeah.
These are all corporate speak.
Yeah.
They are outgoing. They are driven. What if a woman does the same thing?
Depends on who's describing it.
Right. Depends on who's describing it. In both scenarios, depends on character of the person. But I'm saying same style of person. Same popularity, we'll say.
Yeah.
Same resume. A male says it versus a female. Females will get touted as bold, aggressive. Right?
Yeah.
Does she have kids? Will be a question. Is she married? Can she do that if she has kids?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Anytime I have been on a trip for work, well, where are the kids? They're with their dad, who, you know. How many times have you been on a trip and people have been like, where are the kids?
Probably, well...
Not people that know your family. I'm saying people that do not know me.
Well,
I have two kids. Will ask me, where are the kids? Like, heaven forbid. They're at home by themselves. I don't know. They're going to drive themselves to school.
Yeah.
No. But a man will not be asked, where are your kids?
Okay, so you're saying, like, yeah. From the initial conversation... No, that is a conversation that won't.
Right.
But that's the thing that
also, how many men are asked, how is it balancing family and work?
I don't know.
Have you ever had, and you may have, because Steven's an anomaly. How many conversations have you had with male colleagues talking about how hard it is to be a father and work full time?
I mean, with me, I'm asking those questions to the people that I know. But
other than football, since you've been in corporate America,
how many times have people asked me how is balancing?
Yeah.
People that know me or don't know me.
I'm just like, that a general conversation you have?
That is a general conversation I have, but it's based on the people that know me.
Who ask you, women or men? When was the time that a man called you?
Call me out of the blue.
Yeah.
I would say
they just got back from paternity leave and they know you have two kids.
No.
How many times have they called you to say?
It's funny you say that because they're only people that know me. There's only 3 people I would say probably since I've been 3 males. Since I've been at I'll say 5 males. Yeah, 5 males in 4 years.
That's way more than I thought you were gonna say. But
I think
I have a discussion about the challenge of being a working mother minimum once a week. I had it yesterday with 2 women at a trunk or treat.
Yeah. And I think
But your question was, when did women lose their voice?
I definitely see that, and I hear what you're saying, and I totally.
But what I'm saying is, the minute that somebody asks that question without understanding who I am as a human being, before a woman, before a mom, before a professional, what they're saying is, I'm giving you part voice. That there's got to be something hard with being a professional and a woman, and a professional and a mom.
Yeah.
That's giving voice and putting challenge on me that I may or may not have.
Yeah, and I think
because I am a female. That's you voicing, not you, Stephen, but that is the person who is asking. Same with, when are you going to have kids?
And that's the thing I have to say.
When
also,
are you going to get
One
married?
thing that we've done as parents is that you have to understand, like, we've taught our kids out in public or having conversations. One thing is, like, Briggs, our 6-year-old, is like, hey, look at that grandpa. Like, he might be an older person, but we always say, you don't know if he is a grandpa or not.
Right. To be a grandfather means you have to have kids, and your kids have to have children.
Exactly. So it
always goes over his head, but we have to keep saying it because we can't be calling a random older person grandpa.
No, or grandma. And so it also goes back to what you said, when you have a female interviewing for a job or having a conversation, you can't throw the stereotype on her. Yeah, you can look at her hand. Okay, maybe she's married. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's wearing it just to wear it because you won't judge her in the interview. But you can't stereotype, like you say, like Briggs would do. that she wants kids, that she has a husband, that she has a family. You have to be able to say, this is a person that's interviewing or having a conversation about whatever which you're going for, and you can't put that unconscious.
But even to that, you also can't put an unconscious bias to women who say they do events or they need to be at events and they're single. They don't or they don't have kids yet.
So you
just because they don't have kids doesn't mean that they can organize and plan your event and be at every single event.
That's true too.
That still doesn't mean that they are not interested in family balance.
Yeah.
Or work-life balance.
And I think that's so funny because you can't bring those into air quotes. You shouldn't bring those into HR in terms of interviewing. But there's just so many dynamics that you just mentioned. Is that why some younger males and younger females are getting, quote unquote, burned out or frustrated because they say, "Oh, you're 23. You don't have a family. You don't want a family. It's just a
rite of passage.
Exactly.
You got to put the work in." No.
No.
And this all started with, when did women start to lose their voice?
Well, it started with our homegirls, Tessa and Allie.
Right, but the whole tangent that I've been on is about, ultimately, the United States and a lot of the world is patriarchy. Mm-hmm. There's no matriarchy.
Yeah.
And even on top of that, when you look at the No Kings events that were just planned this past weekend, how many of those were planned by males versus females? I don't know. But from what I read, the majority of them were planned by moms. Yeah. Why? Because moms get it done. That's the reality. That's how we've all been conditioned. But how do we undo it and make it equal? I've got no idea. But all I keep thinking about is the Barbie movie and how Barbie never realized that there was something else. And we were actually just watching a show this morning while the kids were getting ready. What's that show that they like?
Great show, Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum.
But they were talking about how previously...
Talking about Ruth.
Yeah. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah. And how women were only supposed to be in the home and only supposed to be cooking and cleaning. That would be great. Stephen, if you want to figure that out, that'd be awesome.
No. Okay. Yes,
I would live that life, y'all. And have no qualms about it. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't have qualms about it. Now, do I think I have talents in other areas? Absolutely. Do I think it's important for our kids to also see that you can find a balance? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I had a choice, I'd stay home. You better believe I'd be chilling watching Scandal all the time. No, I'd be a mess.
You would be doing what you're doing now.
We did it for not long.
Yeah.
I always find something to get myself busy. But the point is that it has been that way. It will be that way. Mm-hmm. And there will always be people like Buckner who think that women should only be in the house.
Yeah.
Which, if a female wants to only be in the house, not only, taking care of a house is plenty to do, and kids, plenty to do. If a female wants to do that, more power to her. But we can't assume that she does.
Yes.
We also can't assume that a female or a male has... We can't put voices to them. Yeah. And assume that we know.
Yeah.
Maybe the dad wants to stay home. Maybe he has a goal to stay home and be able to take care of the house, take care of the kids, be at everything, and the mom wants to work and be able to travel and do all these different things. Maybe that's how they wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. But you can't assume that she's having a hard time balancing kids and family and this and that and the other thing and put a voice to her just because of patriarchy.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I think it all goes back to wrap this up on a bow. When you were explaining these authors in Tessa Bailey and Allie, I think Hazelwood, what they're saying, yes, could be seen as mature, whatever you want to call it. People cringe and just get weird about it because that's how we are in society. But what you nailed on the head is that every time you've explained one of these books to me, there is the healthy conversation. Mm-hmm. There is the woman talking to what she is feeling and wanting, and the male, and it's all coming together. And I feel like a lot of times, like you said, those voices are marginalized and you're not able to hear those things or say those things. And I agree with you. Like, those books are for certain age groups, but like when you read that, you're saying, oh, I can I can
But
say that.
and also is that both people in the conversations in these books are understanding that I may not get where the other person is coming from just yet. So we're going to keep having the conversation.
Yeah.
And so there's also this defense mechanism that is totally down. The wall is down to say, I don't understand that. I think I have a bias towards that. And that is something as a culture we are not doing well.
No.
And we mentioned, when did women lose their voice? I, as a staunch feminist, I mean, I'm pretty feminist.
I guess.
I am all about women's rights. Don't play.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I've said it so many times on our podcast and for 3 years now. So it's been 3 years since Roe v. Wade got overturned. Women will continue to lose rights as fast as we got them. Actually, faster than we got them. If people don't start standing up for their sisters, their moms, their grandmothers, it will end up being to where a male has to sign on for a mortgage again, where a male has to sign on for a credit card, for an apartment, for a car. There's no matriarchal living in the United States unless men start to stand up and fight for the women that are in their lives.
And we're done. Thank you for joining the Mizell Show. I appreciate you guys. We will talk to you soon. There you go, Alana.
So if you guys are enjoying this, definitely leave us a review. Give us the feedback. If there's something you guys want us to talk about, reach out to us on our website at themizellshow.com. There is a contact section. You can put it in there. We would love to hear about it. Or you can always go over to Instagram at The Mizell Show. Also, as always, don't forget to screenshot this episode and just add it to your stories and tag us on Instagram, on Facebook at The Mizell Show. Thanks, guys. Are you loving The Mizell Show? Well, we love you all. And did you know that you can have me and Steven talk to your team or a group of 25 of your friends? All it takes is 25 people showing up on either a Zoom call, a Facebook Live, or really anywhere. Hopefully in person sooner rather than later. But how do you get us? So all you have to do is email themizellshow@gmail.com, or you can direct message us on Instagram at The Mizell Show.